What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Tom Trips Out. I'm in Kampot, Cambodia. This is a live stream on my phone, but this isn't all I do. You could go explore my channel. I have proper videos with a stabilized camera and editing and music and informative topics on each one, and not just wandering around. But then every once in a while I get my phone out like this and we go for a walk, and you can connect to me in real time, and that's what we're doing right now. And the deal, what happened today was, it's the Super Bowl right now in America. And there's a brand new sports bar in town called Mate's Place. And I've been meaning to do a video there. And they do all kinds of stuff. They have, at Mate's Place, they have like a pool table upstairs. And so they'll do billiard, like pool leagues and tournaments. And sometimes other bars have pool tables too. So it'll move around and take place 1 week at this bar, 1 week at the next bar. And the teams are going and they keep score and everything. But they also have lots of TV screens in the Mate's Place. So they show anything you could think of. All the Premier League games, all the rugby games. And then they made a post saying, we're going to open at 6 a.m. on Monday to show the Super Bowl. And I thought, oh, that's going to be a cool YouTube video. So that's where I just was, and the game's not even over. It's close to ending now. But I was there for like 3 hours, and it's like, how much can I film until it's like, okay, you got it. And it's like one of the teams hasn't scored any points at all, so it's like obvious who's going to win and everything. So I got enough footage. I ate an Aussie meat pie. You know those meat pies they have? And then I tried a cool craft beer, and so there's kids waving to me up there. Hello! This must be a public school or something. Hello! Hey! It's okay, yeah, go ahead. Please. Hello! Susadai! It's like 9:30 in the morning now, or whatever, something like that. So maybe that's it's having its own little rush hour right now, maybe right in front of the school. So yeah, and I'm basically walking home now, and I'm gonna edit that video. And I thought, I got like 50% of my phone. Let's turn it on. So you guys are walking home with me, and you can ask me about anything, and I'll talk about whatever I can think of. I think this weekend I'm going to Phnom Penh to just visit. For Valentine's Day. There's some good shows and people I can see. And yeah, it was crazy. So the bar I was just at, I already said this earlier, but a few people joined. I went because we were watching the American Super Bowl, like American football. And because of the time difference, the bar had to open at 6 a.m. in the morning to show it. But I was talking to them, and the bar, they all looked kind of tired. And what happens is here, there's no time limit at a bar, right? So often, if there's still people there, they'll stay open till like 4. So like by 4 or 5, they're kicking the last people out, and then they can't even go home and take a break. The guy had to just start getting ready for people showing up at 6 for the Super Bowl. So the people working there like never went to bed. They just kept they kept going, and you kick out those people, and then the brand new people show up for the Super Bowl. Looked like a really great bar. And there was a location in Phnom Penh I used to always go to in my neighborhood. It was called Mate's Place as well, same name, but it was not a sports bar. It was like a regular bar. Cheap draft beers, cool place to hang out, and the guy's a very good bar owner. He's really nice, and he's on top of his stuff, like totally. And me and my buddies would always go there, and then now I see he's opened up the bar here, but it's Mate's Place Sports Bar, so he's like made another version of it. And then what he told me is in a couple of months, they're going to open another Mate's Place like 4 or 5 kilometers up the river here in Kampot, where all those resorts are kind of far, a little bit far away, 4 kilometers. And it'll be called Mate's Place on the river. So he'll have like 3 variations of his bar, one in Phnom Penh, then the sports bar, and then the river bar. He's a really good owner and operator. Okay, people are writing stuff here. Frugal Wanderer, good morning. JX, hey Tom, I was planning on coming in August, but I lost my job. It slowed my savings down. If I came in November, could I still land a job? Yeah, doesn't matter. Any month you could. For example, when I first came here 4 years ago, I was hired like in the last week of April. So imagine in the school year, there's only like April, May, June. There's only 3 months left in the school year, and I was getting hired as a new teacher. So yeah, you could come anytime. Positions open up for many reasons, and a lot of the time it's not based at all on what time of the year it is. It's the person who's left whatever circumstances they have. Oh, they found a better job. Oh, they're going back home, or they would show up to work hungover, so they got fired. Or like, you never know why people are leaving, and then that can happen at any time. So there's positions opening up constantly. I don't know if you've seen my other live streams recently when I went down the street. There was all the crazy market, the local wet market, and all the produce and all the stuff. And I said in that video, I normally take the street that's parallel, that's much quieter, because I don't like getting almost run over and all the chaos. Now we're on that quiet street. So one street to the right, parallel to us, is the crazy chaos street. And then this is the nicer one to walk on. The bad thing with this, though, is like big construction trucks choose this road too, right, that we're on right now, because they can easily drive through without getting stuck in the market. So sometimes I choose this road for a nice quiet walk, and then you've just got big construction dump trucks rumbling by you, and then you're like, oh crap, but right now it looks good. Next. Joseph, hey Tom, I met a new guy from the St. Louis yesterday that just arrived to live here, not just a tourist, and is moving into a new apartment. He said he came because I sold him on it. Nice. Yeah, I know what you mean, but I'm not really selling it. I'm just like, here it is. If you like it, you could do it too. Nice. Yeah, I was like, sometimes people are on the fence, and then watching me can give them the little push that, yeah, you know what, I can do that, or I was only 90% sure until I saw his video, and that was the tiny little extra tiny push to make me go for it. Next. Mate's Place is pretty cool. Pong restaurant near it is great. JX, what type of schools hire year-round? Aren't international schools only specific months? No, I was talking about international schools. They need a certain amount of teachers all the time, right? And so people are getting fired or leaving or quitting or moving to better jobs. Like some teachers they're secretly looking for more higher paying jobs. They've been there for a year and so people just, and then as soon as they secure a new job, then just out of nowhere, they've given their 2 weeks notice and you had no idea they were planning to leave. So it leaves the school high and dry, and then they're scrambling. Now it's like 2/3 of the way through the year and they don't have a teacher now. And like when I was a teacher, I was responsible for 7 classes. Each class has 25 kids in it. So imagine all their work. That's like 175 students were me. All the report cards, all their everything. And imagine I just quit one day. I'm not going to work here anymore. See you later. That's the kind of thing that can happen. And then they need to find someone right away. Like I said, I was hired in April. Like people are just getting hired all the time. But you can't predict like exactly when is best or not, because you don't know, like you can't predict when the positions open up. Then I guess, of course, there might be a little bit of a hiring push, like right maybe mid-August, because they're gearing up for September. But it's not like they have to hire all new staff. It's like everyone who works there already is going to continue working there. So when the new school year rolls around starting September, it's basically anyone who's left over the summer, they got to find a replacement for maybe 1 or 2 or something, 1 or 2 teachers. And that's kind of a time where that always happens. They always usually, in my experience, I've seen them right before September, they always need 1 or 2 people because the previous contract ended and 1 or 2 people decide not to re-sign. He's making like a sugarcane drink here. He grinds it through there and they add like a little bit of lemon, and it's like real sugar from that tree branch thing, and they put some lemon rind with it and you get like a lemonade with the sugar cane. So the answer was, what type of schools hire all year round? It's international schools. Basically anywhere. Imagine if you were the principal at a school like that, and it could be any month of the year, and you have like 3 people just quit. Like, you'll be scrambling to hire people right away to replace, because the parents will be on your back. Like, why doesn't my kid have a teacher? Like, it's all about keeping the parents happy. That's the whole thing. It's unfortunate, actually. It's like all the schools run more like a business. How can you keep the tuition coming in? Nothing else matters but the parents' money coming in. Like, and that's why the hiring can be sometimes on image, or for kindergarten they hire a young girl usually because it just looks, the parents come to pick up their kid and they like to see certain image. Like, and that's why native speakers are more valued. Hold on, I'm gonna get through all your comments here. Another guy's Dave of Endless Travels has a lot of great content about the region. Nice. So Joseph is helping me convince people in the West and in Vietnam and surrounding areas to give Cambodia a try. Thanks, Joseph. Thanks for talking about me. Smells good. I've heard, actually, my drummer says he calls her the chicken lady, even though you can get chicken lots of places, obviously, but that one I just showed you, he loves to go there. She has good chicken. Next, I told my family members that I might move to Cambodia to teach English, and they think I'm crazy and doubting me. Did you have to deal with anything similar? Yeah, totally. They're just like, where did that come from? And if you Google things or like on government websites, it's all wrong. It'll give you warnings like, oh, that's a dangerous country, or you'll get kidnapped and stuff. It's totally not like that. It's the most friendly, like your heart just swells with love, and everyone is so nice, and it's not at all like a dangerous place. It's dangerous like with traffic, like if you're to walk around or to drive, there's no rules, and it's dangerous that way, but it's not like people coming to kill you or kidnap you. It's just a lot of bad drivers and chaotic driving situations. But also, like in the West, we're all brought up that that's not the right thing to do. Like you have to have a full-time job and save for retirement and be unhappy your whole life. And then when you're 70 years old and you can't move anymore, then you can do what you want. And you can't even move your legs or realize where you are when you're that old. Or you can enjoy your life now instead of living in the future. Plus, you might die before you get to that old. And then you've been working at McDonald's your whole life and you didn't experience anything like traveling abroad. And you got to take control of your life and make a change for yourself and really go through with it, and you'll be much happier. That's how it happened for me. Maybe it's not for everybody, but believe in yourself, count on yourself, and you can do it. Hold on, I'm trying to read all your stuff here. Oh yeah, Joseph, Endless Travels, he added me and sent me a message saying hi and wants to meet up or something. Next, Jin, our movie theater's a big thing there. In Phnom Penh there is, like in the big malls. I've done videos at like Aeon Mall. They have big giant malls that have, even sometimes in the mall there's like amusement park in the mall and a bowling alley and a movie theater. So they have that stuff. But in Kampot, I haven't really seen any movie theater here. I'm in a really small town. I think there might be a cinema. But what some bars will do is they'll have a projector and they'll have a movie night where they'll play some old movie, like a cult classic or some movie everybody loves or something. But yeah, I don't know about brand new movies. No one really cares these days because you can download anything and pirate anything anyways, like the second it comes. I'm gonna wait for this truck. It's too loud. Oh, they're moving an inch at a time collecting garbage. Okay, let's move on. And I'll read your things here. So Joseph is saying, Joseph's been to Asia, mostly Shanghai, since 2004. It's like over 20 years. And he says Cambodia has always been his heartfelt home, though. Remember, that's what I was saying. Your whole heart swells up with love. Like Peter, as someone who has lived in Vietnam a while, it's not good. Cambodia is better. It's more chill, and it's nicer people. There's more long-term stability. Yeah, there's more freedom to like do whatever you want. And maybe it's like, if you don't have all the proper things that you should, it's like pay an extra $30 and it's okay. So here, there's so much freedom. If you just have a little bit of, you throw in a little extra money and they'll allow you to do whatever you want. So here we go. Joseph says Cambodia is 100% the safest place he's ever lived. Cambodian people are friendlier, Peter says. Tom, you and that Endless Travel guy do a lot of live streams. Please make a crossover episode. Number one rule in Asia, don't drive anything with a motor. What's up? John says, what's up, Tom? Joseph, I dox myself, no worries. Or whatever. Joseph, I bought a Yamaha PG1. Oh, I've seen those. Those look nice. Jin says, I didn't think the internet was that stable to pirate so efficiently. Yeah, it is. Here, even in Kampot, I'm not even in a proper city. I'm in the small little jungle river town, and we have fibe here. You know, like fiber optic internet. Like in Canada, they call it fibe, and it's with the company Bell. So we would call it Bell Fibe, and it's like, you know, the high-speed fiber optic. I could even have that at my little bungalow out in the field here. They have fiber going out to all these neighborhoods. You're right though, like I have Wi-Fi included in my bungalow, and it really sucks because it's like all the units who live there, we all share it. And if I wanted, I could pay to set my own internet. Sorry, there's a jackhammer, literally a jackhammer across the street there. Got some monks. Oh. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. You know we like to monkey around. Now they go around in front of small businesses or other places, and they do like a singing chant, like prayer for them, and then they'll get an offering or blessing from the business or food or money or something. Next. Yeah, so you were saying I didn't think the internet was that stable to watch movies and stuff. So yeah, if you're sharing your Wi-Fi with like 20 other people, then at, you know, between 7 p.m. and 10, it's going to be a struggle. Like that's what happens at my place. But if you hired your own internet, and it depends which plan you choose, right? You have different bandwidths and amount of, you know, but it's somewhere around 15. It's like $15 a month. I could have totally my own high-speed thing, and you could watch anything on that. Fiber optic. Okay, next. Zev, if you already have your TEFL, how long is the program to shadow classes, and how many days will they provide a hotel? It's 9 days. And you're right, the hotel's included in that. It's a 9-day program, and it's designed that like you should be working by like the 15th day after, like, so like 4 or 5 days after it's over, you should be working. I have an infographic that explains what you do each day and all that stuff, but I can't access that right now in this live stream. If you go to their website, you could probably find all that stuff. I've taken it from their website, so I have a link to their website below. And the program you're speaking of, it's called Teaching Jobs Abroad. Teaching Jobs Abroad program. And the other one you don't want to do, the more full class, that would just be called TESOL or something, or it would be called, you know, like the full TEFL certificate. And that's not the one you're interested in. You just want the Teaching Jobs Abroad. Joseph, what is the anarchy? Oh, no, sorry. This is what anarchy actually means. Does not mean no law. Yeah. Jin, how available are K trucks for purchase? Is there an app used for vehicles? Are they reliable? I don't know. I've never like driven a vehicle at all here, not even a motorbike, but for transportation, you can get apps for the tuk-tuks, and it's just like using Uber. But you use Grab, or it's called Grab or Pass App. There's 3 or 4 others too, smaller companies. Tada, Move. I have a bunch of them because when you first download it, they'll give you some promotions to be a new user. So when I saw these new tuk-tuk companies coming out, I would get their app just till the promotions run out and then go back to Grab again. Because you can get like $1 off sometimes. Buying a vehicle, I don't know if there's apps for that. You could go, you know what you could check out for like classified ads, like if someone was selling used anything, it could be anything, but there's a section on there for vehicles. But there's also apartments, there's stuff, like if you're getting rid of things in your house and you want to sell things, kind of like Facebook Marketplace. They've got a website here, it's called Khmer24, KHMER 24. And it's a website, but it's also an app. You can get the app. And then on there, you just navigate over to vehicles, and there's a whole filtering system, so you could search like by location, by year and kilometers and make and what you want. And same for apartments. You can choose the specs you like and the location and then search, and you can see if, and real estate agents like post things there, and then you can get connected with someone and they'll show you even more other places too. And you could buy anything there. Oh, I need to buy a table, or I need to buy a chair or something. It's like Facebook Marketplace where it could be anything random on Khmer24, like Craigslist. Have you ever heard of that? But there's a whole section on there for real estate, and there's a whole section on there for vehicles. Also probably used cell phones. Khmer24. Oh, Kia. Joseph says you can get a good used Toyota for $10,000. No rust buckets found here. Yeah, it's because the weather's not so bad. Like in Canada, there's way more rusty because we have harsh winters. And on top of that, they throw so much salt on all the roads to get rid of the ice that then that melts. So then the slush is like this, your car gets covered in salty spray, and that eats through your paint and makes everything rusty so fast. Like, so usually everyone in Canada gets like rust treatment under their car and around the sides, so that to slow that down. But you still, that's where it really comes from. And then here it's just a nice day every day, so it's not getting corroded by salt all the time like here over here. Next. Oh, someone said I meant K. It's a small utility. That's what I thought. So I was right. Anyways, it's good info no matter what. We're getting the info out there. Did you ever start teaching English online part-time? I've done that in the past. I don't do it now though. I don't need to. I make enough doing nothing. But I've done it twice. I worked for like a small language center that was like in person, but it just so happened they gave me a couple students, and it was up to the student whether they want to meet me in person or whether they prefer online. And the students they gave me were always wanted to do it online, and that's what I prefer too. I could just stay in my bedroom. And a couple times I had to come in and do a class in person, but it was filling in for someone and trying out this other thing. But most of the time my steady students were online, and then that whole company fell apart. And that's something to look out for too. Their business like went bankrupt and fell out of business, this language center, and at that point they still owed me like $200, and he didn't pay me for a long time. And I kept complaining and threatening him and stuff, threatening him with litigation, you know, like I'll take you to court. And I was just trying to scare him. I said, my parents are lawyers and they think I have a strong case, ... and just leave him with that. I just want to make him panic. And then it's not even true. And then over time, he's like, I can't, I have no money and the whole thing. And he's like, can I send you a little bit at a time? So he was sending me $50 like every 2 months, 50, and then another 50. And then I stopped hearing from him, and he fell off the face of the earth. So they owed me 200, and over time I got like 100 of it by squeezing him, and then I couldn't get any more out of him. So you got to watch out for these things that sound too good to be true sometimes. And then after that I didn't have a job again, and And then I started running out of money because the YouTube wasn't working, and I found this, it's hard to explain. It was like it was a Chinese lady, and her small business was to find native English speakers like me and link them up with other Chinese people that need a tutor. And otherwise, I wouldn't be able to find those students, and they wouldn't be able to find me because they're so Chinese, they can't speak English, and I'm so English, I can't find the Chinese people. So she was like she was being a middleman connecting us, and then she collects the money from them, which is like more, and gives me some of it, you know, and she keeps some. But she was giving me like 18 an hour, which is huge. So I assume, I never asked, but I assume that those students are probably paying 25 an hour. So she's keeping like 7 an hour just to link me up. And I had that job for a while, and then the same thing. The students were temporary in that job, so they would sign up with her and English tutor for the next 6 weeks, you know, and they pay that much, and then when that's over, they decide to keep doing more or what. And I had 3 students at one point, and I was getting someone ready for their exam, and then finally the day came where their exam came, so then they went and did it, and then now they don't